Ben Shapiro made a video on Hasan. 11 minutes. Hypocrisy. Socialist Twitch streamer buys 2.7 million house. This is fresh off the presses. 25k views. Yeah. What do you think? What do you think, boys? Do we try to simp for the Hasan audience by publishing this video? And hoping that his viewers are like, dude, Vosh is okay. He must be okay because he likes Hasan. I mean, anyone who likes Hasan is... Let me get the vibe. We'll get the vibe. Stale meme. Oh, it was posted today. I just want to see if this video is going to mention the Twitch leaks. Okay, that's why okay.
But it's a truism of politics that hypocrisy is always newsworthy. Hypocrisy is always newsworthy. If somebody is a religious Christian and then they have an affair, this is a newsworthy event, according to the media. If there's a politician who's right-wing, that politician turns out to be gay, really, really newsworthy, according to the media. But there's one area of hypocrisy that is just not newsworthy to the media, like truly not newsworthy. And that, of course, is if you are a socialist who's extremely wealthy and gives very little charity. If you are that person, then hypocrisy just doesn't play a part. Hypocrisy is never a problem because, after all, you're calling for society.
I like, by the way, that the first two examples that he posited were politicians being caught in hypocrisy, and the third one he's saying nobody is talking about, which everyone is talking about, by the way, is a Twitch streamer. You know, it's yeah, politicians and like, oh yeah, dude, but this Twitch streamer, man, why is no one talking about this except like everyone is talking about this? Yeah, he was on Fox News.
Change. You yourself don't have to abide by any of those rules because some animals are more equal than other animals. But
what?
The socialist has the benefit of the bargain because you get to be as socialist as you want to, like Bernie Sanders, and then you get to have a lake house. You get to be a millionaire.
See, guys? Hey, if there are any good faith liberals who are repeating these arguments, just keep in mind you're doing them like alongside people who are saying that Bernie Sanders is a hypocrite for being like 8,000 years old, having been a senator for half his life, and having 3 houses, all of which are small, one of which he inherited. Yeah, it's like, yeah, see, this is what I mean. Accusations of hypocrisy towards socialists, like with regards to their wealth, are never done in good faith. If they were done in good faith, then they would be done with the interest of advancing a particular political agenda, right? Because that's what calling out hypocrisy is and does, right? When Republican senators are anti-gay marriage, but they're like secretly gay, when we call out their hypocrisy, what are we doing that for? We're doing that to make the argument that you know, that it's wrong to be against gay marriage, you know? That they're even attacking themselves. It's like it's such a innate part of human nature that even the most stringent advocates against gay marriage are still fucking gay prostitutes on their off time, right? You see stuff like that. But with this case, there are often people who say they're liberals or progressives or SJWs or whatever, who are attacking Hasan without acknowledging the overlying policy prescription you're trying to make. And that's my question, right? If you're on the left, but your argument is that it's like hypocritical for Hasan to be wealthy or something, what is the argument you're trying to make underlying that? How does owning 3 houses help the proletariat? Because it makes Bernie happy, and a happy Bernie stays alive longer.
While proclaiming that billionaires aren't paying the flesh up.
Thank you.
Okay, so this issue has become relevant over the course of the past couple of days because a guy named Hasan Piker, who I believe used to be a Young Turks guy, I don't really know that much about him.
That's probably a lie.
He apparently is a socialist Twitch streamer. There's a big article, big glowing profile about him in New York Magazine titled Streaming with Hasan Piker, the AOC of Twitch.
I saw that fucking title, dude. The AOC of Twitch. Oh, God. Get those keywords in for the normie searches. Holy fuck. Jesus, God, Christ almighty.
Political commentator with, like, stands. Okay, well, in the past few months, Hasan Piker, it turns out, has been revealed to be a very wealthy person, which is good for...
In the past few months. Dude, he keeps his sub number on the top of the thing. The whole... He has it right up there. You You can do 30 seconds on your computer calculator to figure it out. I don't think he was hiding it.
For him, he has a lot of folks who are following him over at Twitch. That is his prerogative, and I'm glad for him that he's been able to build a following. But a couple of times in the last month, it's been revealed that this out and out socialist,
he has no energy.
This is what he calls himself. That he is a very wealthy man. Quote.
What? Wait. You're not going to edit this down? Wait, Ben, do you even care about this? Which producer forced you to talk about this? Do you even give a fuck about this? Is this like low energy bet? Like, what's going on right now? I've never seen him this low energy. Why are you?
Hasan Piker was in a rage. A million tabs were pinched together like sardines at the top of his browser. His jittery cursor bounced between them, summoning network news, Chiron's YouTube rants, viral tweets, and TikTok memes. Today's trending topic: Piker, who is 30, had purchased a $2.7 million house in West Hollywood. An ordinary Twitch streamer's housing wouldn't make headlines, but over the past 5 years, Piker has become one of the most prominent socialist pundits in America. The controversy about the purchase had made it to Fox News and Breitbart, and Piker was prepared to take on the interlopers who logged on to see the fireworks. Quote, "The only reason my house is expensive is because of the area I live in," he growled. "Are you guys really that stupid?" That's not even a response to the charge. The charge is that...
What's the charge? We haven't addressed the charge yet.
For a socialist, you seem to be spending large, my friend.
See? There is no hypocrisy between being a socialist and being wealthy. All over in this. They betray such an incredible misunderstanding. Literally, socialism is when you're poor. Literally, like that's the extent, the beginning and end of their theory right there. Socialism is when you're poor. You know? It's like they're mad that they keep getting proven wrong on that, you know? Like they want only poor people to be a socialist because that way they can, you know, dissuade people from being socialist with the promise it would make you poor. But when wealthy socialists crop up, it's almost like an indication that being a socialist makes you like you can be like a normal person. You know, you could be wealthy, you could be poor. It's not like some sort of weird monastic cult that you have to subscribe to, where every socialist like spends every spare cent that they get working at their local barista in Barnes and Noble, you know, on like mutual aid or something.
It doesn't matter. Like you could have. There are a lot of places that are not in West Hollywood that don't cost $2.7 million. They're all over the United States.
What if he wanted the
you can get yourself a
million?
Tiny little shack and live yourself the Henry David Thoreau lifestyle for probably 30 grand somewhere.
I don't think Hasan was saying he had no choice but to buy the $2.7 million home. I think he was saying the reason why a home of that size costed that much is because it was in the Hollywood Hills, right? Like, he wasn't saying I had no choice but to buy the $2.7 million house. He was saying why it was $2.7 million. West Hollywood, sorry, not Hollywood Hills. Because of the location, which is true. The location is pretty much the major determining factor in what houses cost. He said he loves the area. Imagine living in LA and liking it. Jesus Christ.
$2.7 million bucks, a lot of money. I don't see you handing that out to all of the immiserated workers in the Marxist social construct.
Yeah. Marxist social construct? What is he talking about? He knows words. What is it? I don't see you handing those out in the Marxist syndicalist commune. What commune? Your socialism. Jesus Christ.
Right, that's the charge. And his response is, well, of course it's expensive around here. This is West Hollywood. Well, which, of course, is not a response.
Wait, that's why...
Piker said 3 weeks later, quote, "As long as you don't defang your..."
You didn't indicate that was what he was responding to. Did he say that in response to somebody saying you should have got a cheaper house? Or did he just say it... What?
Core values, as long as you're still speaking truth to power, then F them. Yeah, speaking truth to power is being the guy who buys the $3 million house and does interviews with New York Magazine and then jabbers about how the rich don't pay their fair share.
It's astonishing to me that he doesn't actually... Like, it's incredible to me that he doesn't realize there's no contradiction there whatsoever. How do the rich pay their fair share? By paying more in taxes, right? I don't think Hasan is indicating that wealthy people should, like, donate all their money. Usually when leftists talk about this stuff, they want it to be systemic. Charity work is the kind of thing that people like Ben Shapiro advocate for. Hey guys, does anybody else think it's weird that conservatives will constantly tout the importance of charity as a way of addressing social problems rather than like welfare, but Ben Shapiro doesn't donate more of his money? That's odd. Ben Shapiro is an advocate for charity. Charity is what conservatives default to when they're asked how they would deal with any of the innumerable social problems they do not want tax dollars going towards. Hasan will literally pay more in property taxes. Oh, that's true. Technically, by buying that house, he is actually increasing his total tax bill to the government. Actually, so I guess that's a roundabout way of making the rich pay more, by putting them in more expensive housing. Anyway, I don't know. I just think it's super hypocritical for Ben Shapiro to have all that money. And by the way, Ben is probably worth significantly more than Hasan. I'd like with Ben's size, it wouldn't surprise me at all if it was in the 7, like 8 digits in the bank account. You know, well, not in the bank account, but in total assets. You know, in stock and everything. Google it. Well, those estimates you can find online about like net worth are always super inaccurate. What is Vosh's net worth? Let's find out. Vosh is one of the richest YouTube star who was born in the United States. He is an Aquarius. His net worth is 1.5 million. Okay. Well, yeah, there you go, folks. Love learning I'm a millionaire from poorly translated, yeah.
Because I don't give a bleep. I'm doing this in the least exploitative way you functionally effing can. Really? He says, it's my labor.
No, that's true. If you're, I gotta say, of making like a bunch of money, like getting all of it through like YouTube AdSense and voluntary donations to content that you don't like gatekeep behind a paywall, that's gotta actually be one of the most ethical ways to get rich, right? Literally like donations and advertisers paying for your YouTube videos. It's pretty good, you know, relatively speaking.
I'm the one who's streaming for 10 hours. Welcome to capitalism, my dude.
Bruh. Capitalism? Capitalism is when you work.
It's my labor? Yes, whose labor? So, in other words, you bet on yourself, you've done really well, and you believe that you deserve to keep the proceeds of that labor. But aren't you exploiting all the people who are engaged in commerce with you? After all, what service of value are you providing them? You are Twitch streaming video games.
Wait, does he mean the viewer? Wait, aren't you exploiting the viewers who donate to you? Ah, goddamn, dude. Ben Shapiro, my fucking man. Now I know why this video was so low energy. He just came back from arguing with Anna Kasparian, you know? His brain is still deflated a little bit.
Vital social service? What makes that service significantly more important, socially speaking, from a Marxist perspective, than the guy who picks up the garbage? Why doesn't he own a $2.7 million home in West Hollywood?
I remember reading Das Kapital, where the opening chapter was like, dude, why don't, like, celebrities make as much money as, like, garbage people? I'm so smart. What argument is this? What is the point he's trying to make? What is he arguing that Hasan is saying that garbage men are paid a fair amount? Like what? Again, these arguments aren't just like anti-socialist, they're nonsensical. They're not even he doesn't even understand socialism well enough to like meaningfully critique it. He doesn't even know Marxist social concept. Jesus.
According to New York Magazine, Piker is a Twitch streamer who spends every day in front of a camera speaking to his 1.5 million followers. But unlike most of the platform's top users, Piker mostly talks politics.
Thanks.
He trawls through Twitter and roasts bad takes from career right-wing...
Oh, sorry. I don't want to come off like I'm fawning over Hasan here. Hold on. I just need to clear it. Hasan is shit. I'm the better streamer. His tiny head makes him look more jacked than he is, and it's not fair, aesthetically speaking. And also his voice cracks so often that people have forgotten it and think it's just normal cadence, but it's not. It's his voice cracking all the time because he's a low-T beta male. All right, there we go. People are going to call me a simp, so I just have to compensate.
Correspondents like Ben Shapiro and Tucker Carlson. He breaks down hawkish New York Times op-eds line by line, steadily working himself into a frothy fury. It's free associative and open-ended. I have an accelerated version of brainworms, he says. I'm literally always online. I'm consuming media nonstop. Tune into a Piker stream, watch him condemn the civilian death toll in Afghanistan. An hour later, he may move on to revisiting his favorite WWE.
It's a lazy segment for both of us, dude. I guess this is the Hasan industrial complex. Ben Shapiro gets an 11-minute video of him just reading off like a few articles, and then I get to just watch him read it.
Feuds. Fans don't need to have studied Marx to understand where Piker is coming from. Well, they might have to read Marx to understand why Piker is violating core tenets of Marxism.
It's guys, Hasan viewers, if you had only read Marx, then you would know. Hey, you do know that Engels was a factory owner, right? my dude, Engels was a factory owner. So if Marx had some categorical problem with wealthy people being socialists, he probably should have told something to his confidant.
He looms over his streaming rig at 6'4", broad-shouldered in a silver bracelet and paint-speckled cowboy bebop shirt, gnashing a cud of nicotine gum against his molars. On election night, from the same room, he hosted nearly 230,000 concurrent viewers, making him the 6th most watched election livestream across the internet. A month prior, he broadcast playing the video game Among Us with Representatives AOC and Ilhan Omar.
Stop reading the article.
And then later in this little SOP piece, he talks about the tax the rich dress that AOC wore. And here's what he said, quote, "I think the Met Gala is a disgusting, gluttonous exercise. And if given the opportunity to go, I'd do it in an effing heartbeat. I'm sorry, everyone would. Why wouldn't you want to hang out with Frank Ocean? They're not going to the effing Davos summit." Well, but yes, they are. What do you think the Met Gala is? It is a bunch of rich liberals who are getting together to feast themselves for their...
So I don't think he understood the comparison there. The Davos summit isn't bad because rich people are there. It's because of the political affiliation of the people there, you see? What, dude, how can you say the Met Gala and the Davos Summit aren't the same thing? The Met Gala has liberals. What? I guess he thinks that I think that Ben Shapiro literally thinks that like the Marxist perspective on the world is reduced exclusively to how much money people have. And that there's actually no difference between like hanging out with Frank Ocean and hanging out with Betsy DeVos, you know? To a socialist, at least. To a socialist, according to Ben Shapiro, these are exactly the same things, you know? It's because wealth bad, and even then, DeVos probably has far more money, right? Sorry, not Davis, DeVos, thank you. How much... Isn't DeVos a billionaire family? I'm pretty sure Frank Ocean would be like peanuts compared to, yeah.
Rich liberalism. Again, the media are not interested in calling out hypocrisy. The reason I say that is because this story was now updated. Okay, so there's a Twitch data leak. Here's how it was reported from the New York Times. Twitch, the live video site popular with gamers, said on Wednesday it had endured a data breach that security researchers believe may have provided sweeping insight into the platform's computer code, security vulnerabilities, and payments to...
He's like twiddling his pen. I've never seen him this disinterested in this segment. Does he have a crush on Hasan, do you think? Do you think his producer asked him to do this? And Betsy DeVos has nothing to do with the Davos Summit? Then why did you guys... Okay, you guys confused me there. I'm sorry. I said it the way I thought it was pronounced, and you guys started correcting me on what I thought was Betsy DeVos, whatever the fuck her name is pronounced. I thought you guys were correcting me on that, and in my head I was like, oh, the association. Oh, okay, let me pivot, you know? Oh, yeah, they were totally associated. But yeah, okay. Then why were you correcting me on the pronunciation related to the family? Okay, fuck you guys, okay? God damn it, I was trying to quickly adjust.
Its content creators. Twitch, which is owned by Amazon, confirmed it had been breached hours after a user posted what the user claimed was an enormous trove of Twitch data onto the anonymous message board website 4chan. The user said the file contained, among other items, the history of Twitch's source code, proprietary software development kits, an unreleased competitor to Steam and online game store, and programs, and a listing amount of money each of the site's streamers has earned since 2019. Find out how much your favorite streamer is really making, the user posted. Jeff Bezos paid $970 million for this. We're giving it away for free. Again, we're going through this New York Times piece about Twitch. Buried way down in this article, is this little revelation. Quote, according to the list of earnings, which could not be independently verified, some notable personalities had made millions of dollars since 2019. One streamer, Hasan Piker, anticipated people getting angry about the amount of money the list said he had made. Just woke up to some fun news, he tweeted. Can't wait for people to be mad at me about my publicly available sub counts again. And then he trended. He said, bro, come on. Okay, so...
This is riveting, dude. Holy fuck.
It never says in here what exactly Hasan Piker made. Okay, now, let's just put it this way.
Wait, you can wait, the info is out there. You can find out. Okay. Wait, isn't his bro come on tweet literally him quote tweeting a person who has the image of how much he made? Wait, no way. Ben, you can't possibly be this lazy, can you? It's right there. You just click through. You just click through. Hold on. Where's it? Let me find the bro, come on. No, okay, no, he's just posting the image of him trending. You can find this anywhere and everywhere. Okay, all right, okay.
It makes headlines every time a conservative signs a contract. Okay, if the IRS information of conservative commentators were leaked, you think that wouldn't be front page news? It would absolutely be front page news. And it wouldn't be about the leak.
But this isn't a political organization. It's Twitch with one person in it who you're focusing on. He's a Twitch streamer, and the Twitch leaks were front page news. And he trended more than the leak. Hasan Piker trended more than the entire social media site leak, simply because of people like you. Ben, do you have any idea how much attention you give Hasan Piker for shit like this?
Or how the leak came about. What it would be about was the amount of money that everybody was making. How do we know this? Because the front page of every major newspaper this week was about what international figures made via IRS documents that were leaked.
Wait, is he talking about the president? What are we?
Right, and other sort of financial documents that were leaked.
Or the more recent
the content
stuff?
that was the story. So, what exactly did these?
Wait, yeah, the Pandora. Oh, guys, you guys. Well, mainstream media. You guys are covering the single largest investigative journalist document dump in history with 11.9 million journal documents. Oh, but you're not willing to do an op-ed on the income of this streamer who had his sub count at the top of his video, which showed his income if you would multiply that number times the amount Hasan gets per sub.
Documents showed that Hasan apparently rakes in about $3 million a year by doing his Twitch streaming, which is a lot of money. It's a lot more money than your average day-to-day Marxist lower-class worker.
He literally thinks these are all the same things. Your day-to-day Marxist lower-class worker. What?
Right? The social class of people who are doing the actual labor that is being exploited. Why isn't that the headline?
That's not. Class and wealth aren't the same thing.
The reason that isn't the headline is because socialists are never held to their own standards. They are never held to their own standards. Mm-hmm. See, here's the thing about socialism.
This is why I can't take all the people who get mad at Hasan over this seriously. Because, like, he's so desperate to attempt to find a narrative for hypocrisy, but he has no fucking idea what he's talking about. And he doesn't care about hypocrisy. He just wants a dunk, you know? It's way easier to accuse a person of being a hypocrite when you don't understand anything they believe in than it is to actually critique their positions. So this is just the most obtuse, meaningless, like unproductive attempt at getting manufactured controversy out there. But it doesn't even seem to negatively affect Hasan because he just goes trending every time and all the big figures defend him and just conservatives like mauled like crazy. So I don't even know what the objective of this is. What are you trying to get out of this? You literally just say like he's a socialist but he makes money. It's he's not even trying to explain how that's hypocritical. He just keeps saying stuff like I bet that's not how much your average Marxist makes.
If you actually held to your standard, then you would presumably be very concerned with giving away a lot of your money to...
Hold on. All I'm saying is that if you're the single most successful socialist political standard, you should probably do a little more than indulging in as much consumerism as possible. I don't think Hasan engages in as much consumerism as possible, not even close. I actually think that OK Boomer Girl is worse about that. I feel like she's way more performative with her like showcasing of wealth. Like 99% of the content that people consume from Hasan is just him slouching in a chair, like yelling at the videos. It doesn't like, I don't know. I mean, he's very wealthy. There's nothing wrong with spending your money on a house. Like, how did the house even get leaked? Like, should he not buy a big house because it'll be made public? And then, yeah, no, don't buy into the propaganda of the enemy by saying that like socialists shouldn't be able to like buy shit or be wealthy, you know? Don't buy into their propaganda by doing their work for them, by fostering division and anger and antagonism within our own groups.
Charity or ensuring the amount of money that you made for your socially useless service, according to Marxist theory, the amount of money that you made for your socially useless service.
Your socially useless service.
According to Marxist theory,
according to Marxist theory. I remember that chapter of Marx where he talked about live streaming. The dissemination of political theory. Didn't Marx literally write the Yeah, he literally wrote the Communist Manifesto as a way of propagating like communist theory and communist sort of radicalization uh, uh, to people of the working class. I mean, did he think that was a socially useless service? Because that's essentially the same fundamental thing. Again, like this is just so fucking meaningless.
Of course, your labor should be judged by some outside metric that is not the market. So somebody's going to have to explain, by Marxist theory, why exactly it is more valuable for a guy to sit around and stream video games than it is for somebody to clean toilets. I can explain it because market says that's what it's worth.
When you have a very good understanding of like how would you ever how would you ever have a conversation with Ben Shapiro about Marxism when he'd be able to fold his arms at you and say, huh, if you were really a Marxist, you would be sweeping a cornfield with a broom like the Marxists did. Like it's the yeah, like, oh, you do things that make money? Well, that's capitalism for you.
Things are worth what people say they're worth. But I'm not sure how, from a Marxist perspective, you can make that case. I also am not sure how you defend a $2.7 million home or a $3 million income for doing those things. And then
he's talking about the labor theory of value. First of all, Marx was not the only person to formulate the labor theory of value. Second of all, the labor theory of value is not a holistic moral determiner of what people should be doing. It was only a way of trying to arrive at some kind of objective formula for determining the value, not the price of something. It has nothing to do with what jobs people should do or how much money people should make from a job. And for three, I honest to God don't even know if Hasan self-describes as a Marxist. I have never heard him outline any Marxian theory outside of like very, very, very basic kind of like universal socialist stuff.
Say it's my labor. No, that's
he
my
does
perspective.
Call himself
dude.
a Marxist? Okay.
If you're going to do the it's my labor routine.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Welcome to capitalism, my dude. Seriously. So it is amusing to watch the media play this game.
All right. This is boring as fuck. I'm sorry, guys. This is boring as shit. This is the most standard, like, conservative, I have no argument yet I must scream kind of situation. Right here. He's so clearly, like, bored and twiddling, you know? Oh, yeah, you're hypocrite. You know, the Marx would have made you a... he would have made you lick telephone poles to clean them, because in the Soviet Union, they didn't have window wiper fluid. Yeah.